we don't serve the target to the player, really, at any point.
Yeah, so it's a bit different than the conventional targets in that regards.
Yes.
But if you know the level already, there will be points probably there where there's a window of opportunity, I guess you could say.
Yes. So when you're playing it, you get into these, or at least I get into these interesting loops where I find the right disguises and I try to get a sense of the target's pattern, and then I go looking for a high building because I snipe, and I feel it looking through the scope at the target when he's in the window, and knowing that if I miss, he's going to run.
Yeah.
And then maybe I can't reacquire him. That's a really interesting tension.
Yeah, well, you know, sniping could seem like the safe bet, right? Because you might not be spotted, and yeah, because that would also ruin stuff for you, right? But yeah, if you miss, that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
And I also found it's interesting to play around with you know, the whole finding him game. Once you found him, then you need to track him and start thinking about how to get to him. And what if you lose him when you're tracking him? You know, and I was a bit concerned during one test of the first one, where like 2/3 of the time the target is, you know, behind a trespassing zone, and you'll get frisked if you try to follow him directly after that.
Yes.
So if people found him before that, maybe they thought they were safe, right? And then suddenly he's heading off, he's going up the stairs, and you can't follow, and you know, you might lose him, and there's no indication on the map or anything. So that I also think is an experience, because if you lose him, then you might have to wait for a long time or try to find him again. And yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on there, and I'm looking forward to see how people, what people think about that. At least we don't delete your account when you lose. Or do we? No, we haven't done that. I think it's the whole idea of the pressure, or like it's serious. It's serious fun, but it's this playthrough counts, you know, and it's you can do your experimentation in the main mission or in the levels, or while you're making contracts, for instance. But this one is this element.
Yes. And also the element of discovery, because I mean, I've just finished writing a story about a warlord, and the entire narrative around that is something you'll only really get if you take the time to track down all the characters who are not normally there and learn what they're doing, discover what they're doing. And you can go straight for the target, pull off the kill. But if you take the time, there's a really interesting little target narrative in there to be enjoyed. I'm certain that our fans will take the time to find these narratives, and I'm certain that our fans will also take the time to enjoy the little Easter eggs and narrative hints that are in there about things to come.
PlayStation